In the book Blended, written by Michael Horn and Heather Staker, the authors describe how our antiquated school system is no longer serving the needs of our students. The book delineates the process of implementing blended learning for the 21st century learner. Systems thinking, as described by Peter Senge in the fifth discipline, not only provides an excellent conceptual framework for implementing blended learning, but also for understanding how the problems of today's school systems stems from yesterday's solutions. At the turn of the century, educators implemented a system modeled after the efficient factories of an industrialized America. This system worked exceptionally well for the industries of its time, resulting in millions of Americans joining the middle class. Careers in this century, however, require a different set of skills. In the last 25 years, U.S. jobs have shifted from manufacturing to the service sector. The service sector is now responsible for 80% of the jobs in the United States. Rather than engage in systems thinking, educators in the public school systems have been hampered by learning disabilities. Among those learning disabilities is I am my position. Focused on tasks rather than purpose, educators often fail to see how the actions they take have consequences well beyond the boundaries of their position. Instead, their second learning disability, the enemy is out there, rears its pernicious ugly head. This insidious behavior, so prevalent in schools, has every stakeholder casting blame on others. When the school is failing, the students blame the parents. The parents then blame the teachers. The teachers blame the administrators, and the system keeps on ticking as it did a century ago. Fixed on events, schools jump into action when unfavorable test scores are released. This illusion of taking charge, however, is reactive, not proactive. Administrators strategically form interdependent teams, yet given that most find collective inquiry inherently threatening, little is ever accomplished. Learning organizations, on the other hand, consist of people who are continually increasing their competencies to achieve their goals. Innovative and expansive thinking is fostered, and shared aspirations is evident. In these organizations, people are repeatedly learning to learn together. To create a true learning metanoic organization, an institution needs 5 critical disciplines. These are systems thinking, personal mastery, mental models, shared vision, and team learning. The lessons of the 5th discipline can not only be applied to the school as a whole, but to the microcosm of the classroom. By modeling the 5 tenets, educators are nurturing successful learning organization behaviors that will serve students well after they leave the school system. When initiating a blended program, Michael Horn and Heather Staker suggest starting with the creation of aspirational goals. This is closely aligned to a shared vision. Establishing a shared vision and goals gets people thinking about their job in terms of purpose instead of task. Once SMART goals are fully established, the educators are ready to move on to the second step, which is organizing to implement. Based on the type of school project, teams are formed to design instruction. The type of project dictates the type of team formed. In the Blended book, the authors identify 4 types of teams. These include a functional team to improve performance of each class or department. Lightweight teams are formed to change how classrooms or departments fit together. Heavyweight teams are established to decide which classrooms and departments need to be involved and how to redefine roles and responsibilities. Lastly, autonomous teams are created to implement disruptive models of blended learning that departs from the traditional classroom paradigm. Team building and learning are essential components in a learning organization, leveraging the talents and expertise of each of its members. When designing instruction from the student's perspective, it is important to foster student agency, individual mastery, meaningful work experiences, and access to positive group experiences. This promotes not only personal mastery in students, but systems thinking and team building as well. The teacher's role in a blended program must evolve from the sage on the stage to the guide on the side. This paradigm shift can only be accomplished by uprooting the teacher's traditional mental models of instruction that are impeding innovation in the classroom. This involves commitment to personal mastery on the teacher's part. When selecting the online component of a blended program, educators must select a strategy based on the needs of the students. They have the option of building their own, using one online provider, using multiple online providers, or a facilitated network. Using systems thinking will aid in the process of finding the right fit for the particular situation. Transforming education in a blended program requires systems thinking. Rather than casting blame for past mistakes and failures, it's important for each person to identify how their behavior contributed to the situation. Finding solutions is often occluded by the fact that cause and effect usually don't occur in rapid succession. The benefits of creating a blended learning environment based on the conceptual framework of systems thinking will be felt far beyond the boundaries of the classroom. Innovation and systemic change are the keystones of transforming the educational system for the 21st century learner. The more organizations engage in systems thinking, the better equipped they will be at identifying structures that form the bedrock of complex situations and for distinguishing high from low leverage change.